Starters for the Cavaliers, as we mentioned, Dai Dai Ames is in there for Andrew Rohde, who had 5 assists on opening night. Ames, the Kansas State transfer, making himself at home through the whistle.
And I love that bucket by Ames. He's a lefty, so getting downhill to his strong side, able to fight through the contact. He stays low to the ground, gets over, a little crossover to get back to that strong left hand.
Virginia, the strong finish, 12-2 run. Cameron Brown, he's got some shimmy to him, and he's blocked away. Ames with a paste on the backboard.
Now those turnovers really plagued Virginia down in the Bahamas, and they've done a much better job with the turnovers tonight. But boy, that was 2 points easy for Manhattan.
Saunders, that's easy. Ames finds a cutting Saunders. Nicely done. 13 assists on 24 field goals. Ames with 5 helpers.
St. Murray got all the way to the rim, but gosh, he had McNeely standing wide open at the top of the key.
Pocket picked. Here is Dai Dai Ames. He will go the distance. And he's a Commonwealth kid. That Commonwealth, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. He's a Berkeley, Mass native who was in his sophomore campaign, home state product. How about this work down the lane for Ames? Somehow kept his balance and laid it in. Dai Dai Ames, the K-State transfer. Hey, he came from the other Manhattan.
Yeah, and anytime you can get into the lane, that's good offense. Whether you can finish or kick it out, Dai Dai Ames, an undersized post guy who can guard any player on this team.
Hey, don't miss what Rohde just did with the basketball to keep his balance and keep Virginia in position to finish the possession.
He saves it. And then late in the shot clock, little ball screen action.
8 of those coming into today. And how about Buchanan starting to heat up? He had the slam and now gets the and-one opportunity to follow it.
Yeah, and that's the growth. He would not have made this shot a year ago.
Well, the sophomore.
Despite the fact that they're very tall, as Mike has talked about, but 3 big scores on the perimeter, and Culver did not turn around to see that give and go coming.
You can tell in there, though, they're playing 5 out. They don't have a real post presence.
Ames, Sharma, and Buchanan. Very, very, very young Virginia lineup. Ames one-hands it in. Stuffs it. Ames initiating. Ames not going to take the 3. What is happening here? Ames, the layup is good. Just 0.2 of a second to go. And Memphis survives the Orange Crush.
Samet is just playing, they call it drop coverage, Eric, where he plays in the paint on pick and rolls, and he can clog the paint up to use his 7'2" size. And so what Virginia's got to do is try to get him away from the basket as much as possible. But that's one thing that's been a weakness of Virginia this season has been defensive rebounding.
Ames with a good feed and the finish by Robinson. Had its first 2 threes go down from Saunders, missed 11 in a row, and now Sharma's hit 2 straight. And here's a takeaway with Ames running the break to Robinson, and a foul. A little life here for UVA.
And coming from freshmen, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you're Ron Sanchez, you've got to go in the direction of these young players. So he always believes he's going to make the next one.
Ames got to the rim, swirls it home. Nice finish by Dai Dai Ames.
Ames on the drive, in attack mode. Kicks to the corner, Rohde a 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. To see the ball go through the hoop. They've got 10 points in the opening 4.5 minutes. Brown tried to throw it away and instead it found a Cavalier. And Dai Dai Ames throws it down.
Great ball movement and great player movement, really making the Virginia defense work very hard.
Ames winding down the drive and bucket for Dai Dai Ames, his first points. And that will send us to the locker room. McNeely, by the way, was 5 of 7 from the floor in the first half. He's 0 for 3 here in the second half. There's St. Murray. He'll knock down a 3. That's just his 9th of the year.
Taking their shared responsibility as well.
Late in the clock for Ames. 1 to shoot. Step back jumper is good. or the transfer from Kansas State.
Trusting Lynn Kidd to guard on the perimeter.
Oh, what a hammer by the freshman. Anthony Robinson.
Robinson there, and they step up. He catches it, no hesitation.
He's at the table to check in for Virginia. Elijah Saunders will not play tonight for the Cavaliers. 7 to shoot for Ames. Step back 2 is good.
On the inside, and that leaves the wall all alone.
Ames working against Lowell. Baseline, Dai Dai Ames up and under scores. Terrific drive. Hokies and Wahoos are settling in. Lowell will try another 3. Too strong. Rebound, McNeely ahead for Ames. He will take it on Hammond. The Euro and 1. Wow. All of a sudden, Darren Sylvester Ames.
20 for 20, but Wake Forest made 20 of 22. Another very good free throw shooting team. And Wake made 2 more threes as Dai Dai Ames continues to cook.
Dunn with a pull-up pop from 3, and that clangs away.
That absolutely would have built momentum, but it ends up being a breakaway.
Wow. Quickly on the other end, Ames, no one raced back to get him.
When they approach this game tonight.
In and out on the second. A battle for the rebound. Look at Buchanan
Look
hit
at
the
that.
deck. And triggers it for Ames, and he will stuff it in.
Blake Buchanan made that play once again.
Last 4 games for Georgia Tech, Mike, and 6 of their 12 ACC games decided by single digits. They're 5 and 7 in league play. Ames up and under, shuffles it off the glass. Remember, the Yellow Jackets on Tuesday played triple overtime. Nate George played 55 minutes in that game. Ames stepping around the defender. Terry. Shot clock is at 4. Stepping back, Ames. Ames hits a 3.
I don't even think they measured. We didn't even know what the vertical was back then.
Till you play Darnell Griffin. What a rejection. They're going to call goaltending on the wow.
He's taking threes, you know, with what he can do athletically. But that's what's opened up for him in this game.
With all those games, I think I've seen him take maybe 1 ill-advised shot, as that'll be backed in for 2 by Robinson. He's going to the line, and Cooper Flagg made the shot. It might have been ill-advised, so not sure it counts as an ill-advised shot.
But this is a clean block there. Maybe that can get some momentum built in Virginia's favor.
Dai Dai Ames with a scoop at 2.
Opportunity, and Dai Dai Ames capitalizing on the offensive end.
Beyond that 3-point line, and he has 12 points in this one.
Yeah, he's 4 for 4 from beyond the 3-point arc, similar to what he did against Auburn when he made 6 threes in the first half, and which, of course, was a huge win for the Blue Devils, their best win of the season thus far.
McFreely with it. 42% beyond that line.
Love that
nickname. Ames starting to heat up a little bit.
But there was the ire of the crowd was drawn when it was the guy in orange doing it. No one said a word.
That's right.
When it was the one in the white and Carolina blue.
It was palpable.
Also got to be up on the ball screen when McNeely has the basketball.
Hildreth that time did successfully get it to Reed. Ames spins his way free, lays it up and in. So crafty, Dai Dai Ames.
I thought Hunter Sala should have stepped into that 3 and taken it instead of taking the mid-range jump shot.
Ames, step back 3, drills it. Dai Dai Ames, and Virginia finishes this first half.
So if things break down, he can create for himself and others.
Shot clock down to 3. Ames heaves a triple and hits it.
On cue, we talked about it. That's why he's in the game. He didn't start tonight. Dai Dai gets this shot here. Late clock, just walks in.
Saturday against SMU in what will be Leonard Hamilton's final home game. Have Clemson beat Virginia Tech as Saunders finishes on the run out. Jackson just picked up his 3rd. He goes to the bench. Dai Dai Ames, the pretty turnaround.
And his penetration ability against this tough Florida State.
Ames, catch and shoot. Got it.
I don't know what happened right there. It's like Florida State. Ames is standing there, going to hand it to him. Nobody's paying any attention to him. That wasn't bad defense, though.
Buchanan to Ames, blocked by Thomas. Saves it. Saunders lets it fly.
Big guy. A blocked shot, really nice job. Somehow Ames keeps his balance. That's when things are going well for you. Your guy's falling down out of bounds. Everybody's after the ball. Nobody's with Saunders. Now, really a nice job keeping his feet by Ames.
Cavaliers can open a double. Knowles on a 13-4 run. This one coming back the other way. Ames all the way. Beats Watkins, who did not want to pick up the 40.
Absolutely.